Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school activities here in the Kern High School District. And tonight's activities, it's athletics. And the athletics, we're presenting varsity football. We're at Frontier High School, where the blue and black jerseyed Titans are welcoming in the gray and black jerseyed Bullpups of Hanford. What a pleasure to have you with us. I'm Vance Palm. Our director and producer is none other than J-Dub, Julian Wilson. But ladies and gentlemen in Kern County, it is an absolute pleasure to welcome back to the microphone for the first time this season, and tomorrow night he'll be up on the hill at Memorial Stadium for Bakersfield College football as the voice of the Renegades. We are so fortunate to have back with us on the Kern High Network. A busy man, busy schedule. Hard to get him here, but for a night like tonight with these two high-powered offenses, the defense is going to be tested on both sides of the football, so who better to get on that side of the ball than the one and only, the BHS Driller legend, the BC Renegade legend, my good friend, Ken Calvin. Kenny, great to see you tonight. One of these nights where it's still a balmy, warm, early September night, but it has that feel of like a late October, early November night. Frontier, powerful, stocked. They've got a ton of talent. Hanford, first two games, scored over 70 points. They got held to like 40 last week because the quarterback kept hanging onto the ball on the other side of the ball. But, Kenny, this sets up for, it feels like a late winter game.
Absolutely. Definitely a playoff atmosphere from two high, potent, pro-style offenses. Walking along the sideline today, I'm seeing the coaching staff of the Titans filled with college All-Americans, one being my younger cousin, Daniel Calvin, on the offensive line, having the opportunity to build some stability around Malachi Statler. He was one of the best quarterbacks that I saw all of last season, period.
I saw young Coach Calvin down there, and I said, you know what? You would have thought that since Kenny and I hadn't seen each other in three quarters of a year, hadn't talked, hadn't hung out much, haven't been on the air together, you'd have thought that he was excited to be here because of me tonight. I said that to him. I said he couldn't have cared that it was Julian Wilson or Kevin Willie or Rick Van Horn or Rich Cornford or Vance Palm. He was so stoked about you, young man. He just let out a big laugh, and he said, we got our work cut out for us tonight, VP. They do.
Yeah, Hanford's a quality team. Like you said, 70 points in their first two games, averaging about 60 points, period. But they like to dink and dunk, get that ball spread around to multiple people. You're not going to be able to key on anyone. They do it through the air, on the ground. It's going to be an amazing contest of offenses, but we're going to see which defense steps up to the plate to get it figured out and how to get some stops.
Frontier defers. They will receive in the second half. This is our fourth week of football. We started off with these Frontier Titans hosting North High School on the eve of Hurricane Hillary on a Thursday night at North High School. Then we had Highland at Stockdale, great game. And then the following week, a couple of great games as well. Last week, BHS, Shafter, two teams that had never played each other in over 100 years. More on that later. And we also had South at Golden Valley, a really, really good football game last night. Centennial hosted Ridgeview. Boy, the Golden Hawks look good. More on that story a little bit later on. But then tonight, here we are, the marquee game of the weekend, if you will. And Coach Bandy mentioned to me, Kenny, this is our first Friday night home game of the season, so emotions running high. Titans will kick off. 2 3-0 teams, the Hanford Bullpups from the West Yosemite League and the South Yosemite River League, is represented by the Frontier Titans. So it's going to be nice field position for the Bullpups, as they'll start off 1st and 10 from the 40. Their quarterback, Daniel Gomez, has a ton of targets to throw to. Our good thanks to Tim Barnes. Tim spent some time with us before kickoff. He's the videographer for Hanford, been with them a long time, and he was kind enough to give us some insight and talk us through the team and what to expect. And Daniel Gomez has a lot of targets. Let's see how they start off. 1st and 10, we're underway on the Kern High Network.
Shotgun double set.
Gomez in the shotgun, bobbles the ball, drops it, falls down, and the first play doesn't look good. Intended out there for Marzette.
Well, you see, VP, they're a rhythm offense right away. The snap's low, and it messes up the timing on that route. But right away, they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, looking like some up-tempo offense, hurry-up style.
Has a man, throws it out there. Ooh, he had him as well. Look at that. J.C. Turner was gone if that ball's on target. Flag on the play on the far side in front of the Hanford sidelines.
It looks like an eligible receiver downfield.
Well, how quickly did J.C. Turner get behind that defense?
Whew. Right. You know Kenny Haas isn't happy about that. Defensive secondary coach for these Frontier Titans. They were in a single high safety there, looking like a robber cover.
Coach Banny just walked by his assistant, Coach Haslip, and gave him that look like, hey, hey, what's up? 3rd and 10. Gomez still in the shotgun. Tippy toes on the 35-yard line. Takes a look. He's in trouble, and he goes down, hit hard. Ball pops loose, fumble, ball's on the ground. And a couple of big hits in there, but Brian Hawley, one of the first ones to get in there.
You also had Easton Conley.
Easton Conley got in there. James Moon got in there. So Frontier defense punctuating that first drive.
I mean, Hanford comes out in the empty set. You got to be able to get that ball off on your first read, and he doesn't do it. Tries to extend the play. Great pressure from the backside.
Punt by Munoz taken at the 37-yard line, and they're going to have some room.
He's out of here, VP.
Look out already.
House money.
Already. Song Yule. We saw this at North High School. The first time he touched the ball, he did the exact same thing. It was called back for a touchdown. This is not called back. His first name is pronounced Song Ginwee. Touchdown. Boom.
Amazing job by the return team setting up the wedge. You can tell at the 45-yard line that was going to be to the house just based on how beautiful that wedge looked. We've spent all the time in pregame talking about Malachi Stadler and this offensive line, and the offense doesn't even get to touch the field.
And now Hanford struggling to get their 11 guys in place. Ryder Crane Finch. And he's just happy that it's not Hurricane Hillary like it was 4 weeks ago. He was kicking into 30-mile-an-hour winds tonight, right through the uprights. And as you mentioned, Kenny, the quarterback for the Titans, the highly advertised and much talked about Malachi Statler, hasn't touched the rock yet, and it's 7-0.
That's one of the things that went unsung about this Frontier team last year. Their offense was fantastic. Stadler looked like a pro out there, throwing to the young guys on the edge. But their special teams and ability to get points in the return game from Bryson Tablet and some of these other young guys, you're seeing those dividends already. This is an amazing football team.
So they kicked off, and it's already 7-0. They're going to kick off again. So Coach Cannon Sanchez and his Bullpups that have been racking up 70 points a clip have had a nice wake-up call here. I shouldn't say nice, but it's been a wake-up call.
You know, another thing that went underappreciated was the Frontier defense last year. You know, they pretty much handled every offense they faced, and then you give up a tough one to Liberty and everybody discredits the defense. This is a quality team, top to bottom.
A friendly bounce right into the hands of Sage Regoza, and he's able to pick it up and get it to decent field position again. But Sanchez is going to have to get his guys dialed in here because the message has been sent right away. Look, we're up against a top-notch, volatile offensive squad in these Titans.
Yeah, and they're going to try to come back out and take some shots. Also may try to get the ball into space in some quick screen game.
See J.C. Turner down here at the bottom of your screen. They quickly go to the right side. He's in trouble again, nowhere to go, and he's thrown down at the 31-yard line, maybe 32, maybe a yard.
VP right away again. They go quick screen, but there's no good read. James Moon is in there before you know it.
2nd and 8. Hit from behind, sacked.
You get those kind of sacks because you have some amazing coverage, but Easton Conley gets there, but the coverage by that defensive secondary is the reason why he has to pump and pull that back down.
3rd and 12, and the Bullpups trying to rush the offense, trying to get up there and make plays quickly. In motion is Marzette. He comes right in front of the QB, then goes behind him. Marzette's out there on the screen. They go the other way. Nice play call. Really good play call. Can they get a first down out of it? No. Gets brought down just shy of the first down there by James Moon. Moon makes the tackle, and that's going to force the Bullpups to punt. They were 3 yards away from keeping this drive going.
Yeah, and that's just amazing defense because that was a beautifully designed screen, faking the swing to the left side, slipping the tight end right underneath. Great job by the backer fighting through traffic to get him down after a 7-yard gain. 4th and 3 for the Bullpups.
Number 63, Christian, number 55, Joey Munoz.
Well, Frontier trying to make it 2 for 2. The Bullpups this time.
Much better punt.
Yeah, out of bounds. Much better punt. Unreturnable.
All right, so now we get a look at this high-talented offense. I'm excited to see the offensive line. You got a young Campbell kid on the line. Anytime you hear the Campbell name, you know some impact play is going to happen. Carson Campbell. I'm looking for some pancakes at night. And he's only a freshman.
The big fellow up front. I talked to Coach Bandy about, just the last month of action. We went through positions and we went through pretty much everything. And he just said, hey, we're going to have a freshman center. And he has come a long way in a short period of time. That's Karsten Campbell, number 71. They go to the air right away. Has a man if he can let it go. Oh, goodness, he had 2 or 3 options. And I thought he was going to go downtown to Kai Rodriguez, but instead Statler went to Talon Ramirez across the middle. Whoa, Kai Rodriguez was deep and open right out of the chute.
Empty set for Frontier. Looking like a quarters coverage look for Hanford.
Quickly, big hit. Complete out there to Rodriguez. Takes a pancake sandwich hit. Offensive coordinator slash quarterback coach Tyler Ferguson, one of the all-time greats from Kern County.
I saw Coach Ferguson prior to the game too, man. You forget how big some of these guys were.
He's still broad shouldered.
Yeah, he still look like he can sling the thing 70 yards.
Oh, he can. I've seen him. I saw him at North High. Flipping it. Quick little shot out here again to Ramirez. Ramirez this time battles up to about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line of Hanford. So Hanford's having to kind of just catch their breath here. They're on their heels as the Titans not wasting any time. Statler gets his guys up on the ball quickly. This time they go on the ground, and it's a tough run up there by Dante. I believe that's Morrissey.
Number 32, Dante
Morrissey.
On the stop, number 15, Elias
Noel. You love how the Titans never huddle up, but never appear to be worrying about anything. It's all patience. They're very patient through their offensive process.
They're a mirror image of their head coach, yeah? You have that pace. Drops back, flicks one out. Just a quick little flick of the wrist, and Kobe Watson, the super sophomore.
Breaking ankles out there, young Kobe Watson.
Oh, he's something else.
Amazing route. He's in that slot position, so you expect him to attack the goalpost and run that post pattern, and he wiggles you out of your socks, breaks it back outside. Amazing pass and catch.
Bryson Tablet, jersey 31 in the slot, way out on the left side. Been banged up a little bit, so we'll see how much he goes tonight. And right across the middle, they go for the easy pickings, and that's Durkin.
Pass complete to number 7, Brady Durkin.
And already they're at the 9-yard line, so the Hanford crowd that drove down 99 is already showing some consternation. Very pensive crowd over there. They're like, whoa.
Right. I mean, you score 70 points twice out of 3 games. You think you're invincible until you run into an offense that does the same thing. Trips open set for the Titans.
First and goal. Statler tosses it.
Oh.
Should have been caught. Went through the hands of Song.
Nearly picked off after the tip.
Pass intended for number 23. Songbae Ginyu falls incomplete.
His official name is Songbae Ginyu, spelled capital N, and then the word Song, and then B-E-H, and then G-I-N-Y-U-I, Ginyu. Everybody calls him Song.
Beautiful name.
Song Ginyu. First time he touched the ball at North was an 80-something yard touchdown on the kickoff. It got called back. There's a strong run right there by Landon Heredia. And Heredia.
Boy, I told you it's going to be some pancakes being served for dinner, and right away,
I saw that.
You see big number 55 driving them all the way 4 yards deep into the end zone.
Yellow Garza. Yeah, I saw that.
You know, it's one of the things that I love to highlight, because we spend so much time highlighting our edge guys, and we forget guys like Eric De La Garza are out here serving pancakes for dinner.
Man, oh man, he's the left tackle. And he stands next to Christian Gonzalez, a junior. Let's not forget the center we talked about. Campbell's a freshman. 3rd and goal. Looks like it could be a keeper, and it's
Touchdown.
Touchdown. He got in.
Oh, we got a flag at the 6-yard line.
There is a flag, and it's going to be holding on the Titans, so I'm sure that Coach Sanchez is going to go ahead and take that one. But to push him back just a hair.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is you don't expect Malachi Statler to beat you with his legs, but that was a great example of him using some speed to get to that edge. But now you back him up 10 yards, and really that's his comfort zone, being able to pick people apart and go to guys like Kobe Watson with those jump balls.
He's going to throw one in the corner. Kobe's going to go up and get it with the apropos first name, huh?
Right. I mean, you know, VP, I grew up watching you catch alley-oops and dunk basketballs. You know, I did some special things myself, but there's some times where I was around some of these sophomores and freshmen, and I'm looking up at these guys like, Jesus Christ, what are they feeding y'all over here?
I think Kobe may be able to jump just a tad higher than I could have ever gotten up there. So in the backfield right now is Austin Tapia. He's the running back, Kenny. He's on the right side of Statler, and a timeout's going to get called. No, it's going to be a delay of game. Oh, goodness, they took too long, so it pushes them back even further.
And right as we're right in the wheel of the Bullpups, fortunate events, they get to push that team right back out. These are some crucial downs right now.
Very important. 3rd and goal from the 19, Kenny. It's a big difference. If they have to settle for a field goal, that will not make Coach Bandy happy.
Right, because, I mean, you thought it was 14-0 about 5 minutes ago.
Malcolm Watkins back and forth. Now he falls into that left slot way out on the left side next to Watson.
They have matchups, and there he is, wide open.
And right across the middle, touchdown Titans, and it's Talon Ramirez.
And it's the exact point that I was making for a quarterback like Malachi Statler. You think you want to take those yards, but you're actually giving him more of a comfort zone because he spreads you out. He had the chance to pick his poison.
Yeah, to your point, Kobe Watson was almost on the near sideline, and then you had Malcolm Watkins in the slot. He was 50 feet away from Statler, and then all he does is toss it to Ramirez in a wide open infield.
Right, and it's the last guy you expect to catch the ball on the field, and that's what makes this offense so deadly. And you can guarantee Coach Ferguson is telling them, make sure you treat everybody equally. Don't favor any of these guys. I don't care how much Madden y'all played over the summer. If he's open, throw it.
You know, talking about treating everybody equally, I talked to Coach Bandy before the North game, week 0, and I said, the way you guys finished at the end of the year, tough loss, a lot of youth coming back, you got star quarterback coming back, deep at all your, all of your specialty spots. You've got a nice looking immediate future right now. How do you keep these guys focused on one game at a time? And he had this usual, kind of the coach speaking all that. I asked him again tonight. I said, hey, 3 weeks ago we talked about this, Chris. How these guys advance. Nothing's changed. These guys are one night at a time. So that's good. That's good.
You can tell, too. Like, even prior to the game, sometimes we like to go down and just get the temperature of the field. These guys are calm and composed and focused.
You're
Not
right.
a whole lot of joking around and fighting and playing. These guys are ready for action, and you can tell. 14-0.
Absolutely right. Little squibbler. Taking it to 27. There's some room right there. Again, the Bullpups, really good field position. This time it's going to be at the 42-yard line. So can Cannon Sanchez and his Bullpups put something together here and not give the ball right back to Frontier?
VP, that's some huge confidence in your defense, too,
Yeah,
to continue to squib kick like that against this high-octane offense.
Pretty much the train of thought that was going through my head. That, hey, look, we're going to put you right in the middle of the field between the 30 and the 40, and we'll go from there. That's pretty confident. Okay, Gomez in the shotgun, trying to get Hanford going here. Play action. Keeps it and gets up to the 49-yard line. Nice job right there. And, boy, that's a positive play right there for the Bullpups.
Absolutely. Their quarterback, Daniel Gomez, you can tell he's a gamer. He's like, hey, if you guys aren't going to do it on the edge, I'll try to get it done in between the tackles with this RPO zone. That was a nice 7-yard gain.
Has his man, goes down the corner with it, and maybe, possibly, oh gosh, yeah, I was going to say, I think they're going to get a flag there. He was riding him all the way down. My partner, Kenny Calvin, is going to disagree, of course, but looked like he was kind of getting manhandled, J.C. Turner was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you where J.C. got the edge. He's playing the ball. As the DB, you never turned around to try to play the ball. You're in good position. You have to trust your instincts and understand the clock in the back of your head. Mark Bandy was on the coverage. You know, and those are the things that come with experience as well. Still early in the season. Later on down the line, he's going to turn around and make that play. He turns around and plays the ball. He's picking that off. Nonetheless, great ball placement by Gomez.
I was pointing at the wrong guy, buddy.
Oh, Kai Rodriguez was on the coverage.
Nice play there. Good run right there by Albert Richardson.
Head up to number 6, Albert Richardson.
And Albert Richardson is the prime reason that they're squib kicking. They've seen him do some special things in the return game over the first 3 weeks of the season. You don't want to see him in open space.
Gomez looking over at J.C. Turner again. Boy, some stick glue coverage over there. They go across the front. Oh, what a nice looking pass, and it was dropped. That would have been just what the doctor ordered, but Devin Marzette had it go through his fingertips. Man, that was really what Coach Sanchez was hoping would work.
Yeah, and all it takes is one missed ball to disrupt the flow of the offense, because it's still not a first down. It's 3rd and short. And they get a stop right there, so now it's 4th down. Look at how important that drop ball is. It would have been 1st and goal at about the 10-yard line if it wasn't a touchdown. Now it's 4th and inches.
They're coming up tight. Uh-oh.
And he doesn't get it.
Flag on
Oh.
the play. We'll see who the flag is on, and if it's going to be on Hanford.
Oh, so it's offside.
Yeah, some guys up front have their helmets right in the shoulder pads. Oh, we've got a young guy
good.
down. I'll tell you what, we'll take our first break of the evening with 5:07 left here in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Frontier. Exciting game here on the Kern High Network. We'll be back right after this.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities. We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Number 50 for Hanford is up. That was Ty Duggar. He was the injured player. That was their center.
Got the first down, though.
Crucial fourth down attempt.
Okay, so see Richardson kind of surveying the land and taking what they give him, gets 2 or 3 yards. So you start to see Hanford kind of just get back, kind of get into a bit of a rhythm here, Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, and we were reminded that one of their All-Americans isn't on the field until the second quarter. And we'll talk more about that. But right now, the pursuit and penetration of this Frontier defense is paying dividends as Hanford is heading in the wrong direction after that fortuitous fourth down conversion on the offside.
Yeah, we believe that there's going to be their superstar is going to be back in here shortly, but we don't know for sure yet. So we'll hold off. And now it looks like. So now you've got Gomez starting to work things, and he's got that Titan defensive line getting antsy. So there's 2 and 3 plays.
Yeah, you can tell he's crafty.
3rd and 6.
Shotgun double set for Hanford.
In motion, Perryman. Has a man open. Oh, he can't get it to him, but he might get. Oh, he gets up to the 19-yard line. Sorry, the 16-yard line. Oh, he had a man cut right across the open. Right across the middle was wide open.
But how about the play by Easton Conley? We said his name about 9 times already. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's a first down at the least.
That time nobody jumped. Gomez thought he would get somebody. Nobody jumped. Gets over to the sideline, and there's the timeout. So they're going to talk about this one. No real wind to talk about tonight.
Crucial juncture of the game, bless you, VP, based on the fact that this is the best field position you've had. It's 14-0. You definitely want to get 6 or 7 out of this opportunity, but you don't want to come out empty and give Frontier an opportunity to go up 21-0 on you. So you definitely want to make a good decision and not force things with this 4th and 5. So definitely a gutsy call if they choose to go for it. 14-3 feels a lot better than 14-0.
And an offense that's going to turn and start going downfield on you.
All right, but they send the offense right back out. Shotgun double set. Gomez in the backfield.
4th and 4. Gomez looks. They have the man. Can he get there? It's going to be
no.
And he tries to cut upfield, and no dice. Song Ginwee.
You know, and I haven't seen Hanford enough to know what their kicking game looks like, but you would think a 25 to 33-yard field goal is something that may be makeable, but we never know because we haven't seen them have an opportunity to kick tonight. But coming up empty right there against this offense is how you can end up writing that obituary a little bit early.
And Kenny, I like the play call, but he tried to cut back upfield against a very, very quick Song Ginwee.
Yeah, and that's just great pursuit inside out because you expect him to be able to make one guy miss. But his name isn't Song for nothing. He's making some plays tonight.
I was talking to Rick Van Horn last night. We carpooled. I picked him up last night.
I saw that.
We had a chance to talk and get to. So, man, I get to call a game with Kenny tomorrow night. He goes, man, I had so much fun listening to you guys call Renegade games. I said, well, of course, we gave concerts. Kenny and I gave concerts. We would sing songs in the middle of a play. I said, you look, we should have charged more.
Beautiful experience. You know, I always reflect on how I say this is a dream come true to do what we do. A lot of people think it's cliche, but these were experiences that as a kid you hope you can do once. So to be able to do this year in and year out with you guys and my mentors and coaches, it's truly the dream come true.
Yeah, we're lucky to have some of your athletic prowess and background and achievements get on the microphone. Great mentor to our youth, great mentor to his own kids. So Kenny Calvin, we would sing tunes after somebody made a tackle because our last name reminded us of a group, you know.
We'll find some songs tonight.
Here we go. Well, we found one song already, that's for sure. He's making his mark. Nice job right there by the Bullpups up front.
And it's going to be up to the Bullpups defense to try to do something special. We talked about them missing a big piece of their defense. They're hoping that this 3 minutes chops up quick to where they can get some of those extra players back. I think there's 1 or 2 players that may have been suspended. But this is a team in the Frontier offense that it doesn't matter where they are on the field. They'll take a 60-yard shot and take your head off.
Mark Bandy is in the game now. Jersey number 12, he slides in there. 2nd and 10, Statler. And a timeout is going to be taken by the Frontier Titans. We'll take an opportunity here to kind of catch our breath and remind everybody what they're watching tonight. This is the Kern High Network, live exclusive coverage of high school activities in the Kern High School District. We want to thank everybody at Frontier High School for allowing us to be here this evening, for hosting us. Of course, our main man, Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services, the gentleman that had the vision to start this, and we started it right here, where we're standing 7 years ago.
That's beautiful.
Kevin, Willie, and myself, and Stan, and Kirk Boyer, and started all right here. Thank you, Stan, and all of the Kern High School District superintendents. Thank you to our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union. We appreciate you allowing us to put on events like this in our community. The Frontier Administration, the principal, Vicki Thompson, AP of Instruction, Jennifer Mattern, AP of Administration, Corey Rao. The Dean is Deanne Murphy. Athletics Director, our good friend, Mike Gibson. Grandpa Mike saw that granddaughter in his hands at a Cal State volleyball game a couple weeks ago. It was grinning ear to ear. And our Activities Director here tonight, Lynette Cornford. There's a name for you. Okay, thank you, Frontier. 14-0, 2nd and 10. 2.5 to go here in this first quarter over the Hanford Bullpups. Options everywhere. Statler drops back, flushed out of the pocket, never really looks too worried. Oh, big hits going on up there, but they get him. They catch him.
By the defense.
Whoa, nice job up there. I think that's Joey Munoz.
Those kind of plays keep you in games. I mean, for the first time, great coverage in the secondary made Statler pull that back down. But great decision by Statler to not force anything when you have another down. 3rd and 19 for the Titans.
Boy, that's a big play from a big fella. That's a big guy right there. Statler looks, cuts over, just gets rid of it, tosses it out to Watkins. Watkins is wrangled out of bounds.
He's close.
At the 22-yard line. He's going to be about 5 yards short, and Coach Bandy and his staff says no dice. We're going to punt. So, nice job right there by Hanford. Did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having a defense that doesn't give up. You know, a lot of guys that hang their heads quickly with a, 14-point deficit. You got to keep fighting and have some fighters, and now you got some special talent in Marzette back deep.
That was a nice punt. And nice job from the Frontier Titans covering down low.
Great job on the coverage team, Carter Collins.
And the deep snapper,
Mark Bandy on the tackle. Now, I apologize for saying you were covering somebody, Mark.
Well, that was me. I was pointing to the wrong guy. And, I was talking to Coach Chris Bandy, head coach, and he said, that's my boy right there, deep snapping. I said, hey, I know all about the deep snap deal from my in-laws. Brent Dameron.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Dameron, Coop Dameron. That was a Dameron deal right there, the long snapping business.
Had a chance to see Coach Brent Dameron and Seth Dameron last week. Beautiful feeling to see my former players taking the whistle.
Seth's up on the hill. Perryman in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Nice job right there. A good 4-yard gain for Albert Richardson. Now Gomez will come back and get right behind center. So Gomez comes out to the receiver spot for the first play, and then he comes back. And again, they hand it to Richardson. And how about this, Kenny? Now they're starting to make some noise here up to the 35-yard line because the quarterback goes out to the receiver spot for one play for Albert Richardson, and then he comes back to the quarterback spot, hands the ball off to Albert Richardson. So the same guy's carrying the rough. A fumble! Ooh. Trouble.
We talked about rhythm plays and rhythm offense.
Oh, look at this.
That
ball's a
comes
fumble.
out. Ball comes out, and they're saying that's live, and that's going to be a Frontier football.
It is.
Wow.
So Daniel Gomez made lemonade out of lemons, but then Marzette got hit and dropped it out. And here comes Frontier with 26 seconds left in the first quarter, right as the Bullpups were making some progress.
And it drives you crazy because you can't fault him because he's trying to make extra plays and get some extra yards, but it always happens when you're trying to do too much. You already have first down yardage, cover up the football, secure the ball for another day or another play. Nonetheless, turnover. And the Titans right back heading south.
1st and 10 into the first quarter. A nice pitch and catch out there to Watkins. Watkins hangs on to it. They were trying to strip him as well. And they get the first down by, yep, they get it by a yard. So it'll be 1st and 10.
Man, Hanford has to be chomping at the bit after that exchange. You had some amazing momentum going, and you turn it over.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. Hanford's going to get a chance to catch their breath here. They're going to need it. It's 14-0, all Frontier in the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying all of this. I'm Vance, he's Kenny, and that's Julian. We'll be back with the second quarter on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Okay, start of the second quarter, 14-0 Frontier. Kenny, you've got some news for us.
Well, we got Courtney Glass, number 3, the superstar running back and linebacker back. We also have Jordan Black back. So we've seen some bright spots from Hanford already without their 2 top-tier guys who were suspended. We don't have any idea why. But
So
now that they're back, we'll see what they really look like.
a pitch out to the near side. Nice job there. So jersey number 3, Cordy Glass, K-O-U-R-D-E-Y, Cordy Glass. Corday Glass, thank you, Tim. And also Jordan Black, jersey number 5. So Corday Glass, and by the way, we have longtime videographer Tim Barnes here for the Hanford Bullpups. Like having another broadcaster with us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Statler has the gun, looking for some time, throws it across the field. Look out, it floats up there.
Oh, my gosh.
And after all that time, he's still able to get it to Landon Heredia. Long pass. That's about a 50-yard pass when you go from one side of the field to the other. And it's a 30-yard pass. Add 10 yards both sides.
That footwork from Statler was a highlight reel of how you do it. He was out there doing this Minnesota two-step. He got that ball placed all the way on the opposite side of the field. Amazing job.
And now he's trying to direct traffic. He pitched it out there to Ramirez, and he was trying to get Kobe Watson. Is that Kobe on the far side over there? No, well, not Kobe. He was trying to get Malcolm Watkins to go deep, and he was waving him deep, but Malcolm didn't bust.
I'm still amazed at that footwork to evade 4 defenders in a 2-yard space.
Very poised, very relaxed back there. Screenplay, some great blocking downfield. This could be trouble for Hanford. And flag on the play, the speedy Bryson Tablet. Good to see him in.
Track star. One of our most celebrated sprinters last spring.
Very, very, very quick human being.
Definitely was a hold at the point of contact. And it's frustrating based on the fact that he already had about 5 yards.
And didn't need it.
You don't need to hold at that point. You can't see what's coming from behind you if you're an offensive lineman.
I have a very special hello for you from the incomparable, the one and only, the you can never question me, Noah Vance Palm.
MVP. What's up, little bro? Proud of the man you become. Keep swinging them clubs, baby.
Yeah, he's talking about taking my bread. All right, here we go, 2nd and 8.
Trips open set.
Statler takes a look, has all the time in the world, flicks one over, and it's incomplete, a little too relaxed. And there's really no big pressure on him, Kenny.
You're absolutely right. And that's one of those throws where you know he's going to get chewed out in film because he's not stepping into the throw when you don't have the pressure in your face. You try to wing it out there because your arm is so great, then you end up leaving it short. And now this is a crucial 3rd down conversion.
A bit of a laissez-faire attitude on that last pass. Not going to work. 3rd and 7. Under 10 minutes to go here in the half. It's 14-0. Hanford needs a big stop here. This will go a long ways in helping them remain relevant here in this first half. Statler looking, throwing, a wobbler, look out. And a nice play at the end of that play, and I think it's because it was a wobbler that Albert Richardson was able to get in there and make a play on Kai Rodriguez. Had that been a bit of a tighter spiral, might have been trouble.
Right, but I think he had to try to loft it because there was coverage underneath as well. Wanted to try to put some touch on it. Nonetheless, great job by the DB fighting through the wrist at the top. 4th down. This is no man's land right here. You're definitely going to expect them to go for it.
Whistles blow, and a uniform referee's timeout, and Kobe Watson.
Oh, that's crucial.
If he might have been part of this play on a 4th and 8. Oh, wow. One of your most talented players got to come off because of his knee pads.
Oh, my goodness.
And knowing assistant coach Tyler Ferguson, Kobe very much could have been part of that play. Statler on a 4th and 8. Confident, throws out here to the 23-yard line, and ooh, close, really close. Okay, got it.
Talk about pro-style offense. We need 8.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we get with a little bit of room. Empty set for the Titans.
Great point, Kenny. Durkin out in the slot on the far right side. Will they go to him? It looks like Statler the entire time is looking left, floats it up there, and that will be a flag. Got him. It was intended out there for Durkin.
And that's a situation where the DB just panics. Again, you're in position to make the play if you just turn around and play the ball. You're there early, 2 steps prior to the ball, but you panic and don't turn around and find the football and run right into a guy when you got double coverage.
And
Talk about driving coach crazy.
You're right, there were 2 guys on him.
It's one of the things that I always try to teach my players from a coaching perspective is the importance of relaxing at the top of the play. It's almost like finding your chi and focusing in the most chaos.
Right.
You have to be able to do that to make those crucial plays and find the ball when somebody's running 1,000 miles an hour at you. Like easier said than done.
Michael Jordan used to say, those clutch shots, it was almost silent in your head. It was almost like there was like no noise in your head when you were getting ready to take those big shots. All right.
I agree, VP.
It's 1st and 10. They still have an opportunity to pick up another 1st down. There's Tablet.
Frontier not getting the movement at the line of scrimmage that they would like from the offensive line in some of these recent run plays. You can expect them to shore that up as they find some rhythm, especially if they can get another score here and try to put that running game into effect. 2nd and 8.
Behind center, Statler gets right behind Campbell. A quick pitch, and that's Dante. And Moresi gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And those are the plays that drive fans crazy because you're like, why are you running it to the short side? So we can set up this post corner throw that we're going to throw right now to the wide side of the field. sometimes you run plays like that just to set up the future.
Absolutely. And he's got 3 over there. Tapia, Ramirez, and Ginyu. That's where he may be going. Takes his time. He's got all the time in the world. He's just directing traffic up there.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Talk about pass protection.
I mean, took his time, and Watkins gets his, and I got it. There's just no rush whatsoever on Statler, one of the top quarterbacks in the Southern San Joaquin section, and there's no pressure on him. That's going to come back to haunt you no matter who you are.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're so worried about all these receivers spread out that you're not rushing extra guys for fear you're going to get beat on the one-on-one matchup in the slot like you did last time. However, you can't give a quarterback of that stature that much time.
I mean, Malachi was standing back there like not even moving.
Statue of Liberty.
He wasn't even moving. Okay, there is the beautiful kick by Ryder Crane Finch. And a lot of time left in the first half, and it's already 21-0. Frontier, they're all over the Hanford Bullpups right now.
And VP, you go back to that fumble after you already had the first down.
Yep.
It would have been 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for Hanford. You fumbled the football trying to get an extra couple yards and give that ball right back to that high-octane offense. And that's the result.
And also, it hurts. It hurts on the X's and O's, but it also just drives a stake in your heart emotionally. You're like, doggone it.
Right.
We were right there. That's what we were trying to do, trying to get done. So now all of a sudden, Frontier will kick off for the 4th time.
Another thing it highlights, VP, is the magnitude of 2 of your players that were sat out because of disciplinary reasons. It's a message to your team that, look, we got to figure out how to be the right kind of guys off the field so we don't put our team in this position as well.
That's a great point, Kenny. So 21-0, Frontier handling their business here in the first half.
I never had to miss a game for discipline, but I remember my junior year in Arkansas, my senior captain coming to the dorm late, and he couldn't start the biggest game of the season. We lost 31-17 because he didn't get to play the first quarter. Had he played that first quarter, we end up in postseason play and everything else. But because he was late coming to curfew, he missed the first quarter. His backup gave up 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Oh, no, I completely get it, completely understand. I get it. Wondering if 1 or even 2 players for Hanford at this point right now are going to be able to muster up some more alchemy to get the right solution against this Frontier football team, because it's not just that the Titans have a great offense.
Right. And one thing we know for sure, Hanford can score fast, and they actually had a guy.
Well, it's a nice play right there. Really good play.
Ooh, amazing design.
And there he is, Corday Glass. There's your guy.
Yeah, because they actually had Richardson, had he wanted to throw that post, he was open, and that was a touchdown. But great design using him as the decoy to get it to Glass.
Wow, what a nice 25-yard gain that was. And now they quickly go back over here to Jordan Black.
And this may actually help the Bullpups offense play a little more relaxed based on the fact that they're able to play some up-tempo, hurry-up offense against the defense and keep them on the heels.
Gomez, 3 receivers way out to the left side. Whistles below there, and not quite sure exactly why. And if you're Coach Cannon Sanchez, you're like, well, what are things stopping here for? We're on the run.
Yeah, that definitely got to be frustrating for the Bullpups coach. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Well, yeah, that's definitely. They'll definitely thank them for that.
they actually gave him the first down on the play. So, yeah, Hanford's like, we're fine with that stoppage of play. Move the sticks. Move the sticks. There we go. By the way, that very familiar voice below us is Titan Tom Myers, he's spent a lot of time with us on the Kern 9 Network, now the voice of Memorial Stadium.
I call him Touchdown Tom Myers on Saturdays.
Ooh, I'll be up there tomorrow night. Quickly, they get it out.
Wow!
Look out. What a fantastic play by Brady Durkin.
Boy, I'm telling you.
He read it like a book.
As a college recruiter at the Division I level, those are the kind of plays that I'm looking for when I step into a field of play. Because you're lights out to the ball, no hesitation. Great job by Brady Durkin. Wow.
2nd and 16, a 6-yard loss. And now flushed out of the pocket. Look out. Gomez trying to make something happen. Cuts back upfield. Does a really nice job. And Gomez gets to the 38-yard line. Wow, that was a great, great job by that quarterback. Wow.
This offense is explosive. You can tell even the plays that aren't working, they have the ability to make some big plays. This highlights how good the Frontier defense is playing because everything has been hard for Hanford so far.
Gomez gets all the credit for that. Hard count, nobody jumped. Great discipline by the Frontier defensive front. Gomez fires one out. Oh, and great, great coverage out there by... Oh, they threw the flag on Song Ganyu.
I see what it was. One of the focus of emphasis for officials is if a receiver is changing directions and you grab anything, it was a hold. He caught him. It just happened a lot earlier in the route.
And not everybody saw it.
And not everybody saw it. Had Gomez hit the receiver right on that break, that would have been 6. And that's why you call that penalty.
Kenny Calvin caught it because he always used to get away with it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, 1st and 10. Here come the Bullpups. Timeout. Oh, no, a flag flies, and it's going to be on Frontier. They're lined up over the ball. Somebody's helmet's over the football.
Oh, and that's going to drive D-line coach crazy because that's the 2nd time tonight. The first one resulted in a 4th down, 1st down. Hey, and VP, you don't lead the team in interceptions by trying to hold guys. We trying to catch the ball.
You did it all. You did it all. I'm not falling for that.
Great pursuit.
Yeah, that was. And that was somewhat of a trick play. It almost kind of, you mentioned Statue of Liberty, almost had that feel to it. And Glass couldn't get anywhere. Nice tackle there by Conley. You say great pursuit, also a good wrap-up. So 6:25 and counting here in the first half. They want to go to the left side. They get it to, and a good move afterwards. So great catch and run afterwards. They thought that was. Oh, it is J.C. Turner that caught that.
That was a pro-style out route and pass by Gomez and Turner.
And
with
right,
the catch.
And Kenny, they're right up on the line of scrimmage again. Bullpups again.
Whoa! Oh, doesn't make the play.
It was going to be an RPO, and James Moon came in to blow out the RP, but the option still worked a little bit, but no run, no pass. Man, James Moon, woo.
Hey, but Hanford continuing to try to find pay dirt. They're inside the 10-yard line for the first time tonight. Shotgun spread set with that tight wing. And the quarterback's going to keep it and going nowhere.
Oh, what great pursuit out there by Easton Conley. Boy, Easton Conley is everywhere.
Right, and one of the things I was going to try to say real quick is the fact that you come to a Frontier game, there's not one name on the defense that pops out at you. This is a defense by community. But Conley's showing out, and he's saying, I want to be that guy.
Man, even more impressive when your name is mentioned more than a few times on a team of, multiple defensive threats. Okay, 3rd and 6. Huge play here. Big play. And there's a flag. That'll get us to a 3rd and 1. That's the 4th encroachment by the Titans.
And
now the coaching staff for Frontier is getting on the line judge over here. And they think that it was a bullpup that moved, and I don't see any real indication which way they're going to go yet.
Oh,
Yep.
false start.
Yep. All the Frontier coaching staff was getting on this line judge over here saying, look, the right tackle moved.
Also got to watch that famous Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers shirt. Hard count sometimes, too. Nonetheless, shotgun spread set for Hanford. Man coverage for Frontier.
Gomez trying to buy some time. In trouble. Can he get free? He's in big trouble. And he goes down at the 12-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal from the 12.
Time and time again.
4.5 left here in this first half. It's 21-0 Frontier. They played very well. And the Bullpups have had opportunities. One of them, they stubbed themselves in the toe with a fumble when they were moving. And now they're going to take some time to talk this one over. It's 4th and goal from the 12. Don't know if they'll go for 3 here, but down 21, Kenny. I'm going to imagine they're going to take a shot at the end zone.
And this is the drawback from not taking the 3 earlier. When it had an opportunity to go 14-3, you don't do that. Yeah, you got the stop, but you end up getting the turnover again, and now it's 21-0 like we thought it would be because you didn't take 3 points. But this is a team, you don't score 70 points by taking 3s. So they seem like they have the potential to do everything they need to do, but they're just running into a defense that's playing at a higher level right now.
And coming towards the end of the first half, down 3 touchdowns, they know they know this is just the beginning of a whole other half of football with a team that's going to be receiving the ball. You know, Frontier starts the half with the second half with the football as well. So I think they've just got to try to take a shot here, Kenny.
Right.
So Coach Cannon Sanchez has called the timeout.
You like the matchup in the slot here.
Glass floating out here. They throw it in the corner, and it is broken up, incomplete.
They went exactly where we thought they would go. It was just a pass that was too high because of the underneath coverage of those linebackers. Those are the things you don't see. As a fan, you're like, why are you throwing it so high? Because there's a linebacker under here that's going to take it to the house if I throw it any shorter. You just hope that your receiver can make that play. Nonetheless, empty trip, first down Titans.
Okay, so now you have 4:19 remaining in this first half. And offensive assistant coach Tyler Ferguson, the quarterback guru, gives instructions to Malachi Statler. Statler, jersey number 13.
And I follow Malachi on Instagram. He's one of the coolest kids going. So you never expect him to be too worried. Look at him. Look at the footwork and his ability to get the ball away as he's scrambling for his life. He never appears too worried.
Flag on the play, and it's down at the 15 on the far hash. I don't know if it was a receiver that was downfield.
I know some of these young men.
Defensive holding.
And that happens because your quarterback is back here extending the play.
Yep.
As a defensive back, you can't stay with this guy for 6 seconds. When you got a quarterback that's doing that good of a job extending the play and moving the pocket, it's nearly impossible to stay attached to a guy.
I will say that tonight we're getting treated by the same group, George, Paul, John, and Ringo tonight, as we were last night at Centennial. There were beetles everywhere, bro. Everywhere, man. Everywhere you turn, there's a beetle falling on my neck, on my head.
Right. See, with this tight bunch right here, if it's not a run play, you expect something in the seam or these crossing routes, and that's where they go. They go out.
Oh, nice catch out there by Ramirez. Nice catch. Boy, he went down to get it. 4 minutes flat, right on it, left in this first half. Hope you're enjoying this live exclusive coverage of high school athletics on the Kern High Network. I'm Vance Palm, joined by my longtime partner, reunited tonight, Ken Calvin. And
reunited, and it
feels so good.
Told you we'd get one, you.
our director, producer, Jillian's trying to cut that short.
Tough running by Tablet inside. Still on his feet.
Oh, he's wondering, whoa.
It's been tough sledding inside, so you want to give credit to the defensive line of Hanford. They're doing a great job against the running game. It's the secondary that's having trouble, and also the lack of pressure from the linebacker core.
I thought that was jersey number 3, Andrew Forrester.
Oh, that was number 3 carrying the rock?
Right. But I heard our main man, Touchdown Tom, also say Tablet. So 1st and 10, 3:20 left in this first half. And now you've got the Titans grinding down the clock.
Empty set.
Statler takes a look, floats out, got a ton of time. And he's got his man if he gets it to him. And
nice.
What a great catch by Kai Rodriguez. He tippy-toes on the sidelines. And, wow.
I hate to sound like a broken record, guys, but here it goes again. Pressure from the defensive end. Forces the quarterback outside. Quarterback extends the play and throws a nice rope and toe tapper to the sideline. It's amazing execution. Young quarterbacks, tune in.
You're
Statler
so
putting
right.
on a show.
You're so right. Youth Football League quarterbacks and coaches. Check it out. 1st and 10. Statler. Look out. He gets hit as he lets go of it, but what a great catch out there by Kai Rodriguez. And they went head hunting, and Statler felt the pressure, and it was Elias Noyola.
I've watched a lot of football in my 47 years. I started playing at 11. I don't know if I've seen too many quarterbacks this relaxed in the pocket.
Oh, that one was batted away, and 2 good plays in a row by Noyola. Had a sack and almost a pick right there.
36 years of football, VP. I'm saying Malachi Statler might be top 10 material.
Very calm in the pocket, very cool, collected. And, you know, he's got a young sophomore in Brady Campbell as his backup. You know those two are working each other at all times. And you've got a coach in Tyler Ferguson who is not going to let those guys slip. He's not going to let those guys go backwards. Not going to let them take a day off. So things boding well for the QB spot. And a really nice pass out there to Watkins. Watkins just goes in, takes the punishment, takes the hit, and gets it up to the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Gain of 9 on the play, 3rd down and 1.
VP, their passing game is so good. It's a ball control offense. Most people use the running game to do that. Their passing game is so good that they can dink and dunk you without extending the plays too quick to eat the clock up.
That's a great point. Absolutely great point. They had a false start there, and Coach Bandy would lighten guys up right now. He was not pleased. He sees their team starting to get into a really nice fluid flow, if you will, and really starting to make things look easy, and then they jump off sides with 3 or 4 offensive linemen that jump. The ball just didn't get snapped. 3rd and 6.
If you're Hanford, one of your defenders has to be the guy that says, hey, I'm making a play to change the tide of the game.
Man wide open.
And that's not how you do it.
Touchdown. Songbe Ginyu, the song keeps playing, doesn't he?
You know, honored to have this opportunity for this to be my first broadcast of the season. Of course, I'm a driller. Frontier beat up on my drillers a few weeks ago. But to watch my cousin's offense have the success that they've had in this first quarter, or this first half, is beautiful, because this is a Hanford team that if you're watching this offense, they can break it the distance at any time. But that defensive Frontier is playing some high-quality football, getting the offense some extra chances, and that's why you have a 27, soon-to-be 28-point lead.
Great point, Kenny. Thank you. And you mentioned it, and it's for real. Ryder Crane Finch right through the middle, 28-0 right now. Frontier really locked in and focused. Again, another reason when everything's going great and you have guys jumping off sides, Coach Bandy's not going to go for it. He's just not going to go for it. So 28-0 right now, all Frontier.
And that's the winning attitude that they're building, the winning culture that they're building here too. Hey guys, we're 28 up, but this is a team that can score 30 points in a lightning flash, so we're not taking the foot off the pedal. We're going to keep pressing the issue and executing. Don't take plays off.
You mentioned Frontier against the Drillers last week. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. They put it to them. And I talked to Coach Bandy about that. And, you know, he's such a pro, such a great guy. He said, hey, look, the Drillers, they're going to get there. They weren't there that night, but they're going to get there. And then we see them play really tough against Shafter. I called that game with Coach Hanford. And then last night, what a big win over the Stockdale Mustangs. So Drillers getting there.
Another one of my former players in Deron Mackey, former Renegade and Boise State Tiger, at the helm over with Stockdale. They had some success and got a couple of their early wins, but take the tumble against those Drillers. Great job by Coach Sheehy and Coach Oliver.
Flag on the play as Tavion Patterson. Boy, took it a long ways, but doggone it, if you're a Bullpup fan, you can't believe this. It might come back. And there was a few of them all in the same area, the 35-yard line. Yeah, 3 flags at the same time at the same place. Sometimes that kind of gives it away.
And that's the first deep kick of the night that we've seen, and we see why you haven't been kicking it deep, because these guys got some. It's the exact point that we made before the break. They have kids that can fly over there. You take these guys lightly, it's going to end up 28-14 before you know it, and now you're in for a fight in the fourth quarter.
So the big return by Patterson called back.
Shotgun double set. Minute and 24. You got to be aggressive here if you're Hanford. You didn't come all the way here to be kicking balls off and punting them.
Look out. Screenplay, and that ball floated up there for a minute. Obviously, they're trying to get Corday Glass involved at every turn.
And that's the toughest thing that goes unnoticed about rhythm. Sometimes it doesn't matter how great a guy is if he didn't get to start when he was supposed to start. And then all the rhythm and timing is off. Woo!
Flags fly, false start. It's going to be the call on Hanford.
1:18 to play. Titans looking to try to get them a stop. If they get a stop quick enough, they end up with the ball back with another opportunity to score.
Can you imagine?
2nd and 10. 2 more dead balls, incomplete passes. Spells a long night for the Bullpups.
Gomez fires out to the far side. Nice pitch and catch out there at Perryman. Perryman stopped short of the first down and kept in bounds.
That may be a good thing for Hanford if you don't get this 3rd down opportunity here.
Right.
You want to run that clock down
right.
as much as you can.
But they go for a quick snap, Kenny. Gomez fires, and it's caught for a first down. So that may at least extend this drive into the end of the first half.
Got to love the heart and courage of the Bullpups. Their offense is continuing to try things, but Frontier doing a great job of keeping everything in front of them.
Gomez tries to get rid of it, and he does, but he throws it to Perryman, who caught it while on his knees. No, they're going to say he was down, the quarterback, in the grass.
Wow. Huge sack by this defensive line. And they actually did him a favor because he nearly lost that football, too. You're back there swinging it around. That's a good way to have to fire the buses up a little bit early.
Half a minute left here in the first half. Timeout taken by the Titans. And Coach Bandy is getting on his coaching staff now. Saying, I've got to call a timeout with 25 seconds left. Up 28-0. but guys weren't where they were supposed to be. And he's not pleased with a couple of his Titans.
Tommy said, "What's up, Tim?" He said, y'all better win.
Hey, it was 35-14 us last year. We won by 2, 49-47. So anything can happen.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and we have Mr. Tim right next to us. He's seen the talent that Hanford has. They definitely had the capability to strike in an instance. You don't want to take these guys lightly because you're up 28-0. I see talent out there.
Tommy heard us mention Tim's name?
Yep.
You can't run it. You can't hide anywhere, Tim. Not on the Kern High Network. Okay, how about this down here, Kenny?
Well, this is a situation. You got a shotgun double set, but you still only have 25 seconds left, and you got to be careful here.
Look out. And he goes down. Another sack. This one's Brian Hawley that gets him. And I think that's going to do it. Unless they try to make haste and get one more play, they're going to have to snap it really, really quickly. They've got to get all their players on that side of the ball. And can they get it off? They might. They might try one last play. He's going to have to snap it right now. No, they do not. And that'll end the half. 28-0. Fullerton, the Titans. Frontier taking care of business here in the first half. 28-0. We will take a break and be back in the third quarter. And hopefully we'll keep the camera on this Frontier marching band and color guard back in the third quarter.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities. We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Braden Cloud, is your band ready?
These mics are on. So.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of Music in Motion with the Frontier High School Marching Titans.
I was born a warrior, but when I was stripped of everything, with my only true love, my legal prefect, and forced to fight in the arena for her return, I became a dragon.
Sounding like $1,000,000 down there, big bro.
Where's my guy?
He's right next to you. You walk right next to him.
Sure? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm thirsty. And water, right? Never mind, that's fine. You were expecting thirsty, man. Where are you?
They were averaging 60. Our defense is legit.
All right, that's fine.
They tightened up offenses. Some of the holding penalties last week. They tightened up the offense. Our offensive line averages over 280 pounds. So, it's insane.
This is a game. Hanford and I go back and forth. It's like, who do I have? Like,
Malachi's standing back there shooting fish in the barrel. He's not even stepping into his throws. He's not even stepping in his throw. He's throwing off foot. It's amazing. That offensive line is legit. Have you seen the protection they've been getting him? He's been back there all night long. I got to get in before the comeback on this one and say my piece.
it makes me proud because it's the
Your guy. I know.
It's
I love him.
It's such a year.
Yeah. Hey, so you're gonna be up top tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Christine, I'll be there. You and I are cousins.
tougher. So I'll fight until I'm the last Black Eagle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Frontier High School marching.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to get it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
All right, we are back live at Frontier High School. The Frontier Titans up big, 28-0 over the Hanford Bullpups. None of us expected that. Not even the voice of the West. Touchdown, Titan Tom Myers.
Boy, what a game so far, and I'll tell you what, the big surprise, Hanford coming into tonight's game, averaging over 60 points a game.
60.
And Frontier defense stepping up big time. And I'm talking some really great playmakers on that side of the ball. Songbae Ginyu back in the defense. Kai Rodriguez back in defense.
Beautiful.
Malachi Watkins back. in defense, in coverage. I mean, right now, the Frontier defense looking better than I've ever seen them. And then on the other side of the ball, look at the offensive line.
Wow.
Taking care of business. So many penalties called on the last week up in Bullard. They have gotten hardly any penalties called on them so far in this game. And Malachi Statler sitting back there in the backfield, shooting fish in a barrel.
Some of the best pass protection I've ever seen. I'm not pumping up the offensive line play because my cousin's coaching offensive line. It's just beautiful offensive line play. This is some of the best pass protection I've ever seen. Yeah, you would expect to get more out of the run game, but this isn't that kind of team.
Frontier is not a running team right now.
Right.
And so Bryson Talbot's been a little bit banged up. I talked to him this morning. He's got a little bit of a contusion on his knee, and so he's not really been able to play. And so he's had a couple of things here and there. They switched his jersey to number 3 from 31.
Okay,
before the end of the half because it tore. So it ruined number 31. So he's number 3. But Malcolm Watkins is the big story here. Both sides of the ball doing great on offense and defense, catching the ball. Talon Ramirez, number 10, doing a fantastic job also at wide receiver. And then big old 6'5", 6'6". We don't know how tall he is. He's up there.
Right.
Kobe Watson, number 11. Wait for him to look big in the second half. They're going to go deep to him as much as possible.
Titan Tom, the beginning of my first broadcast this year, I basically said this offense got so much credit that you forgot how good the defense was last year.
Yes, you did.
This year's defense is playing top to bottom. You don't even know who to single out.
That's right.
Yeah, there's definitely been some great play by a few different guys. I want to highlight.
Well, we got to talk about Songbae Ginyu and Easton Conley on defense.
Easton Conley,
both of them
Songbae
on defense
Ginyu.
doing such a great job. And Song's a really, really versatile player, can go both ways. He's actually in our kickoff team, so he's really, he can play the ball everywhere. He's super fast.
Right.
A really good basketball player, too. The guy's just athletic ability is incredible. But, hey, I'm not going to tell the Bullpups to go away yet.
Right.
I'm not confident that this thing's in the bag.
Right.
Because let's face it, the Bullpups still, Daniel Gomez doing a great job so far, trying to do a little read option.
They're one play away.
They are one play away from breaking it wide open. They had some penalties that hurt them pretty big in the first half, and they had some drives that were doing pretty well when they coughed up the ball and couldn't put it in the end zone.
And they also started the game without 2 of their starters for disciplinary reasons.
That's correct.
So you're a team in Hanford that know you're playing below your potential, but you definitely didn't expect to see this much of a balanced attack from Frontier. This is the best balanced team I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to keep an eye on Albert Richardson coming out here in the second half because Richardson really kind of started having his way a little bit, towards the, latter part of that second quarter. We'll find out whether or not Frontier can sustain this defensive hold that they've got on Hanford and really turn this game upside down. So,
Titan Tom, we'll see you tomorrow when I'm calling you touchdown, Tom. But I had to squeeze in both names since we're at your house. Titan Tom Myers, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are back live at Frontier High School. I want to thank my man, Titan Tom Myers. Always made us feel at home when we come to Frontier. He's a huge part of the Current High Network broadcast as well. Joined our family up on the hill at the Palace on Panorama, Bakersfield College. He's our announcer, took over for the late, great Carl Bryan. Rest in peace, Carl. But tonight, it's about the Titans playing a very balanced style of football, Dr. J. We got VP back from his break.
Kenny, thank you for the interview with Titan Tom.
It's always an honor to get Titan Tom. He knows these kids inside and out. He gets to teach them. You always want to get some of that insight from the people who see these kids every day.
Compassionate pro. I remember my daughters at BHS would play them in volleyball over here, and he would treat them like even the competitors' daughters would be his daughters. Kind, the best. Okay, Titans. Oh, what a nice play there. Really great effort there. They take the speedy Dante Moresian threw him into the dirt at the 10-yard line.
And this is a drive if you're the Hanford Bullpups. You're going to have to figure out how you're taking chances on defense, too. Some people always think taking chances is just throwing the fade and trying to get big plays in offense. No. Defensively, you have to try to dial up some pressure. That first half was a masterclass of offensive line pass protection where Malachi Statler wasn't sacked once. He may have been sacked once, but it was not often. And you got to find ways to dial up some pressure, or it's going to be an early night.
Takes a look. Statler rolls to his right, has all the time in the world, and he connects out there. A sliding catch by Kai Rodriguez. Rodriguez just makes it look easy. Slid into third base as he was catching a bullet.
And right on cue, Malachi Statler comes back out, extending plays just like we talked about for the whole first hour, and throws a BB between two defenders for another Titan first down.
I had a text from one of our faithful listeners saying, "Did I hear you and Kenny singing Reunited?" I said, "That's nothing. Wait till we really
Come
get
on,
going."
man, we just get warmed up.
Wait. I was trying to think with Rick Van Horn last night. Who was that player for BC who had his last name? We sang. We all every time we make a tackle, we'd sing his high toss out here, and it's caught by Kobe, but he's
Great
wrapped
pursuit.
up quickly. Nice job out there by Jordan Black. Kobe Watson leapt up there to get it. He's brought down very quickly.
And Jordan Black was one of those players that didn't get to start the game, missed the first quarter. Good for Hanford to see him making an impact play right away. That was a great tackle on the quick screen.
See what kind of impact head coach Cannon Sanchez and his commentary with his assistant coaches had on the Bullpups in the locker room. 2nd and 12. A rare 2nd and 12. It's normally 2nd and 3 for these Titans. Statler, again, a sliding catch over to Kai Rodriguez. Kai just goes in, finds where he needs to be, ducks below it, and it's almost as if Malachi can say, "Oh, you want it down there? Okay, I'll throw it right down there."
And the ball placement where he's putting these throws.
Ridiculous.
Usually you don't want your quarterback throwing in those zones. You got an underneath dropped out linebacker or safety over the top and a corner outside. He's fitting it right in.
Got a man. Floats it out there, and it's almost caught, but another great play. And this time it's Albert Richardson, the multi-purpose two-way athlete.
And that's the kind of defense you have to come out from halftime with. If you're the Hanford Bullpups, get a stop, figure out a way to stay on top of some of these throws. Definitely a first, I'd say, frustrated drive from Statler's standpoint of not being able to find guys wide open. They send pressure. It's a bobbler.
Handled well at the 38-yard line. Good coverage. It was caught on the run by Devin Marzette. But, hey, 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line from the Hanford Bullpups. I'm Vance Palm. It's Kenny Calvin next to me, and next to him, our director-producer, J-Dub.
The legendary Dr. Julian Wilson. We talk about so much great things. This guy's putting on film festivals in the offseason.
Big time. He's big time. He is the most understated, successful guy on our crew. Film documentarian. Even Bo Redstone says, "Julian Wilson does your guys' camera work?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What?" Almost under pressure, and smart move. Just very quickly made the move. Look at these two back here. They're getting after it.
I like it.
I like the
play,
no call.
Ref.
I like the no call.
Yeah, let them play.
Cowboy Hatcher.
We got to tighten down, VP. See if we can get a number.
Right at the 40-yard line. And
looks
it's
like
Watkins.
Okay, it's number 1, Watkins.
And he almost got up, but then he went back down.
And that's not good for Watkins.
Kenny, last night.
Looks like he's cramping.
Okay, last night, Detroit Lions beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, that's a big win. And look, they scheduled that game. You know, that game was scheduled a long time ago. And everybody had something to say about it, like, "Oh, come on, you're just you're maybe getting a little too overhyped on this Lions team. They answer the call against Pat and the boys.
Absolutely, and you're here to talk about Kelsey not being in. Yes, Kelsey's a future Hall of Fame player, but the NFL is a league where it's next man up. I don't want to hear any excuses because one guy is out, and now you lose to the Lions. The Lions came out running the football on the road, hitting people in the mouth.
All right, let's. It's good to see Malcolm up. Good. As players come back on, your thoughts on the Raiders starting off this week?
My thoughts on the Raiders
at Denver.
It's hilarious because, you know, I love Coach Payton. I spent time in Louisiana working at LSU in 2003 and had a chance to be treated like royalty in the Saints facilities as we coached players that played for the Saints. I'm not expecting much out of my Raiders. Our offseason was very disappointing, and I'm usually the true optimist when it comes to the Raiders. I'm thinking we win 4 games this season.
What? Back to that in just a second. Gomez wrapped up and throw down hard, so Daniel Gomez, after the stoppage of play, all that did is get Chesley fired up. What a big tackle that was. A loss for a yard. 2nd and 11. They get right back up on the ball. They might kick it out here. No, it's a screen to the other direction. Great coverage, great pursuit. Everybody stayed at home for that Titan defense, and that's another really nice play. I think that was James Moon.
The read and recognition action that you're seeing from this Titans defense is masterful tonight.
Yeah, great job.
They're reading the play, they're recognizing what's happening, and they're flying to the football.
Gomez trying to get something going here.
Shotgun double set, single high safety for the Titans.
3rd and 11. Glass. Gomez can't get out of the reach. They tried to get through again, and they stopped him again. Another great play by who? Easton Conley.
Easton Conley. We talked about him at the half. Earlier tonight, we talked about this Frontier defense being a team where you never know who's going to run the show. Easton Conley said, "Hold my soda, Coach Cal." Watch this.
Are you hinting towards Kern High Network player of the game? Hinting?
The kid's flying around. I want to say he has about 10 tackles right now. I'm not keeping stats, but he's definitely been on the tip of our lips.
How about this? 4th and 12. Gomez and the Bullpups going to try to make something happen. They lead it. Oh, and it's almost an absolute beautiful dime to Marzette. But I'll tell you what, Garcia hung on long enough on defense to knock it out. Wow, that was
one of the things we teach, VP, is you're not beat until he has the ball in his belly. Keep fighting through the wrist. Chop suey. And that's exactly what happened. He's fighting through the wrist. The ball was secured and at the shoulder. He's continuing to fight through the wrist. And that's the great Kenny Haslip that's teaching those kids how to play NFL-style defense.
That was a great description of what exactly happened because he got beat for just a split second and it was almost a reception and would have kept the drive going. But the last second effort to knock that ball free, what a great play. Great play. Well described, brother.
Man, amazing play by the young man.
Now,
4th down.
That was 4th down. And looks like one of the Bullpups is going to have to go off and fix his shoulder pad. And that is Jordan Black. His shoulder pad is sticking out of his shirt, so referee asked him to go off for this one play. 1st and 10, Titans. They're up 28-0. Malachi Statler had another great first half. What can he put together here in the second half? Strong run by Landon Heredia.
And we did get an update, sorry, VP, that Tablet's jersey tore, and that's why he was wearing number 3. So you were correct when they called Tablet, and there was a number 3 that was the ball carrier. So Tablet is now wearing number 3.
Got it. Thank you, buddy. Second and 3, balls at midfield. Frontier looking to get another touchdown up there. It would turn this into running clock if they were. Speaking of the young man, there he is. Bryson Tablet.
Tablet's a little banged up. He has some bumps and bruises, but he's definitely doing a tough job in between the tackles, averaging about 4 yards a carry. And if you do that, do the math, that's a first down every 3 carries. QB sneak for the first down.
And they pick up the first as Statler gets to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to be shocked if you're the Hanford team. You come out, you play in some solid defense early, get an opportunity, and you falter on down. And this kid.
Wow, Tablet.
Whoa. Oh,
flag at the 40-yard line.
We were all, I was a pretty fast track guy. I was never really considered a sprinter. I was a long jump and 300 hurdle guy. Watching Bryson Tablet on the track last year, he's one of the best sprinters I've seen in Central Section history. Went all the way to the Valley State ranks.
How about our USA teams?
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez,
that was beautiful.
I was watching that with young Noah Palm. I said, Noah, you have to understand, these beautiful creations, they're barely touching the surface. Right. I mean, they are like tippy-toeing at a high rate of speed, my man.
Walking on air.
Yeah, exactly. 1st and 15.
They finally get to him.
Statler goes down. They got him. You're right, Kenny. They finally got to him.
Great job.
I think that was Jeremiah Valdez. Right.
And Valdez has been one finger away about 5 times tonight. He's getting there. Statler's just done a great job moving his feet and getting outside. Great adjustment by Valdez to get to him.
Well, and Valdez is going up against Austin Davis, the senior right tackle. He's a mountain of a kid. 2nd and 25. Statler flings one out here to the near side. Wide open, and it's a nice play, good hit, and that's Austin Tapia. And Tapia gets down to the 30-yard line, and that's a first down for Frontier.
Austin Tapia must be the younger brother of Mason Tapia, who was a superstar wideout and our player of the game a couple of times in past seasons.
Early in the 4th quarter, it's Liberty 35, Buchanan 24.
Oh, tough one.
Liberty up 30, what is he, 35-24?
35-24.
So an 11-point lead for the Patriots. On both of the calendars for the Liberty and Frontier, marked with a big X, is October 20th.
Whew, it's going to be a good one.
Tablet tried to hop over some big guys, and you know, they keep blowing the whistle, and he's not down
Still
yet.
on his feet.
And he goes over to the official and says, I'm not down yet.
Remember the play last year where Tablet spent over 3 guys, sat on a guy's head, and scampered off for about 60 yards?
I do remember that.
Can't count that kid out.
Never touched the ground like Earl Campbell.
Empty set for Statler.
Strong right side. It's a 3-man rush for the Bullpups, and that's easy for Statler to Kobe Watson. But to your point, they're keeping the DBs cocooning those talented wide receivers.
Yeah, it's hard to match up when you got 2 receivers on the outside at 6'3", 6'4", and they're the decoys because they're attacking you in the slot. Like, what do? You have to go a zone, and you have to take one of those guys that you would usually be sending and put them in the middle. But right now, that's not really paying dividends for the Bullpups. You're eventually going to have to try to send some pressure.
3rd and 3.
And there comes the pressure.
At his heels, losing his footing for a second, still throwing, has a man wide open, and he overthrew him. The wind got it. It was Austin Tapia that was open for a second, but.
And you hear the wind, too.
Yeah, it's starting to come, and that ball just kind of got away from him for a minute.
But just like I was saying, VP, that delayed blitz caused all that confusion. Statler's been way too comfortable back there. You cannot allow a quarterback of his stature to sit back there that comfortable. You have to send someone. They finally do, and they get the incompletion.
So 4th and 3. Ball is at the Hanford 23-yard line. Statler looks across the line, looks at his receivers. Kenny thinks he might be going to the back corner. Hard count, nobody jumps. So That'll be a timeout taken by the Frontier coaching staff. We'll take a short break. 28-0, timeout. We're in the third quarter, and Frontier's all over Hanford. Back in a moment.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
The volume gets turned up by our director, Kenny Calvin, talking to his billion followers. I formation for Chris Bandy's Frontier Titans. Statler behind center, might just take it himself. Oh, and there's movement. After the timeout, there's movement by the Titans.
And I'll tell you why, because they went to a traditional under the center set. And everybody's like, what's this?
He goes, man, that quarterback's voice is a lot closer than it normally is. He's right next to my ear hole.
How do I do this again?
Right. I'm used to hearing that snap behind me.
I mean, the game has changed so much. Old folks like us get excited when we see a quarterback under center.
You're right. Exactly. Whoa, what's happening here? I formation, bootleg, has a man open if he throws to him, and he does. That's his guy. And it's Durkin. Beautifully called play and well executed, and Durkin just kept running his route. He knows. Flag on the play, though. Flag on the play, Kenny.
We'll talk about the flag, but I want to talk about the psychology of the set. You have a team that stays in shotgun, spreading you out all over the place. They finally go under center. You think they're going to run it, and they hit you with the play action and darts.
Wow.
Psychology.
So now Tablett's going to try to hop over a couple guys. He gets to about the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. Got some positive yardage for sure. That's such a great point, Kenny. Glad you brought that up. You know, you're a young player. You're a young defensive player, and you're thinking, okay, all right, we're boxed in. Everybody get in here tight. Everybody get in here. The quarterback,
eyes wide open.
Ball flying over your head towards the end zone. We have a bullpup that's down for a moment. We see this in the early hotter months where you get a little bit of that cramping up.
And VP, that point that we're making with that simple formation is exactly what we talk about the genius of Coach Ferguson. He's playing with the young guys' heads just by moving guys around. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He brings everybody in, double tight, goes tight, heavy set, run, pass over your head.
And he's got a 28-0 lead, so these aren't critically crucial, decisions that are going to come back to haunt you late in the game. He's kind of playing with house money when it comes to, hey, let's try this, let's try that.
Right, and that's the beauty of executing too for teams when you're up this big.
Right.
You use these live game experiences to help you in late game situations down the road. 2:40 to play in the third quarter.
You can hear the wind coming through our mics. They stay on the ground, and it's Bryson Tablet again.
Oh, and there's some pancakes being served out there by number 7.
Yeah.
Brady Durkin out there blocking like a madman. Pancakes for dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Pancakes for dinner.
Stop short of the goal line. On the tackle, number 5, Jordan Black, and number 12.
Okay, 3rd and goal from the 2. Split backs right behind him. Can he jam it in? Looks like he might. Does he get it? Nothing yet. Of course, Frontier thinks no. They're going to say 4th down.
Number 13, Malachi Statler.
All right, so making some personnel changes,
but no kicker.
Stop short of the goal line. It's 4th down, Frontier.
And I'll guarantee you, Coach Bandy is still aware that this is a team that a 28-point lead is never safe. You want that 7.
So alone, he's all by himself back there. Statler, empty in the backfield. 5 different options to go to, but he's going to try to get it in himself, and he does not. They hold him.
Great
he tried
job.
to jump over and get it, and Hanford says no. What a great play by the defense.
You know, there's some things that you take away from losses. Not saying that this one is over yet, but that play right there may be something that Hanford can build on in the future, because goal line stands are some of the hardest sequences to have. And that was an amazing job by that defense, blowing up when it counted.
And Kenny, if they get in and get the PAT, it's running clock.
Right.
So that's a big momentum shift to at least say, hey, we're not going to get run out of here with a running clock.
Right.
Nice stop.
And this is also a point on the field where people like to take these 99-yard shots. So if you relax as a defender thinking they're just going to try to run the ball and get it out of this end zone area, you might be the one that get caught slipping, and now you give them from free 5.
That's probably the 5th or 6th one. Coach Bandy's going to let him know.
Big Show Bandy definitely not satisfied with this 28-point lead, because he's seeing some small mistakes that he can clean up.
Slant across the middle, incomplete, intended out there for Jordan Black.
And it just seems like the QB to receiver relationship has been off timing all night, one step away from making a big play.
He's been under duress all night.
Right. Great point, VP.
Timeout, whistles blow. That'll be a Titan timeout. We'll stay here. There's a minute 17 left in this third quarter. This is the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school sports and activities and athletics. And speaking of athletics and activities, we want to thank everybody at Frontier High School. Appreciate you guys having us here tonight. Thank you to Stan Green and to all of the district superintendents for the Kern High School District, and our great sponsors, Valley Strong Credit Union, for allowing us to be here in the community and put on events like this. The Frontier Administration, the principal, Vicki Thompson. Thank you, Vicki. What a program you've got going here. Man, this is a fun, festive night. AP of Instruction, Jennifer Mattern. AP of Administration, Corey Raub. The Dean is Deanne Murphy. The Athletics Director, our good friend, Mike Gibson. Thank you, Mike. What a party you'd like to throw here. Appreciate it. And the Activities Director, Lynette Cornford. There's a last name for you.
Cornford.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
VP, I'll say something about the Frontier Foundation. You know, Liberty's been taking things over and doing a very great job from a playing perspective. But you can see the future of the Frontier Titans taking over in this Southwest area, man. They're doing it tonight.
Administration does a great job. Mike Gibson, what a great athletic director. And I see Mike a lot at Cal State.
And all the Centennial Golden Hawks are probably mad at us because we didn't mention them. But shout out to Centennial, too, in the West.
Oh, almost. Contact.
I had to do that because my wife's a former Golden Hawk.
Hey, look, we gave them big love last night. Big love. We thanked our good friend Tom Haskell and everybody over at Centennial. They did a great job last night. I'll tell you what, that team, we haven't talked about that team yet.
Right.
Oof. Maybe after this 4th and 4. How about this? Hanford just saying, you know what? We got to make something happen here. We're not going to punt the ball. Give me 4 yards. He might be able to get it. He lobs one up, has a man open, and it is caught. What a pass. What a catch. Can he break free? He will. Albert Richardson says goodbye to the goose egg, and it may be a late hit on the QB, and it is. So they roughed the passer, but how about that, boy? Daniel Gomez hung in there and laid one right in the breadbasket for Richardson. Wow.
VP, we talked about the mental fortitude of knowing that you have to be deep as the deepest because these guys are going to keep throwing the football. Situational awareness is what makes good DBs great.
They get the stop. They keep Statler from going in. you and I talk about the fact that, hey, look, that's a good momentum shift. They're not going to get run out of here on running clock. And then, boom, on a 4th and 4 at their own 10-yard line. It was all or nothing, KC.
That was a 100-yard drive, VP. Oh, the block kick. Frontier with the block. So that's a big block. Because if you were thinking come back, which we've seen some stranger things, and I'm not talking about the Netflix show, but you missed that extra point, and now you're right back under the gun for the rest of the night. But how about the Fortitude 100-yard drive, 99-yard drive, 99.98?
Because Statler was stopped at the 1-inch line. That was so impressive. What a great, great pass. And Albert Richardson didn't stop his route, just kept going. Man, that was...
And we talked about character building, right? All it takes is one play to get guys to understand you got to keep playing and have the same passion because we're still in it. You get the defense making a play like that at the goal line, 4 plays later, 70-yard bomb over the top, and now you're in the game. And it's still third quarter.
Well, you stopped it from being a running clock situation and just turned it on its head now, and you got a penalty roughing the kicker. So these dangerous return men for the Titans.
Oh, they're squibbing this. This is onside.
Oh, they may just hammer it, though, don't you think?
Let's see how the ball is set. Let me see if I can get a quick look. And this is onside because it's not on the tee. So he's going to
the wind is howling. It's up in the air, and it's caught. Oh, they're going to say that was handled by Xander Holtz.
Only thing he could call there is offside
or
spearing
like
defenseless player,
targeting a defensive player. They might wave it off. Might talk it over and say,
You know what, VP? I think it is a rule of emphasis to not be able to hit those first line of defenders. But you called it. They waved it off.
It's good to call it. It's good to make the initial call, and then you can talk it over because at least you're showing that, hey, you know what? I don't know about this. I'm going to throw the flag, make sure we're
thinking about it,
protecting these kids, and then they wave it off, and good communication there by the officials. I'll tell you what, going into the season knowing how short we were with officials and how low we were on officials, they've just done they've really stepped up to the plate. It's just been a great, great year so far with the officials. Tablet right up the middle. Oh, big hit, but he's just so tough.
This kid is so tough.
I mean, he took a direct hit right to the thoracic region by Albert Richardson, the young man that just had the touchdown. I mean, he hit Tablet right in the chest with his helmet and his shoulder pads. Tablet just popped right up.
Though I used to give officials the blues as a player. Some of my greatest mentors, Nick Ellis, Mr. Pat, my first coach, James Taplin. Those guys as officials are legend status. And tonight, it feels great to be able to watch a football game without the officials being the focus of emphasis because they're doing a fantastic job calling a great game, even though they're shorthanded. So my hat's off to the officials as we enter this fourth quarter.
We'll be back. Fourth quarter is going to start 28-6. Titans up. Nice game tonight on Kern High Network. Back right after this.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we
All right, we are back. Fourth quarter action. Titans going back to the ground, and that's inside the tablet, and they're trying to do it in between the tackles, and they do have a first down out to the 46-yard line. And that's what our film extraordinaire from Hanford, Mr. Tim, just asked, what do you do? What style of play do you come out? It looks like they're going to try to get that Hanford defense to think and run, and may try something over the top. I know this offense is usually aggressive, but you don't want to gamble too much when you've already allowed a team to stay in it when they could have been done. Nonetheless, 1st and 10, Titans.
Talbot right between the hashes, and yeah, the guy's just hit something else. Body's flying everywhere, and Talbot's still not down.
Right.
And one of the stalwart, tough guys for the Bullpups, Joey Munoz, down.
Munoz has been everywhere tonight, too. We talked about how well the Frontier defense has played. The saving grace for Hanford in allowing them to still be in this game has been their defensive line, because they haven't allowed any big plays in the running game. I don't think there's been over a 10-yard run. Trips open set for Malachi Statler. Here's where they like to try to take advantage of that slot matchup. 1st and 20, they're going to want to get some of that back. And there it is. They go right to the slot man.
Tapia with the catch. Just the patience is one thing from Statler, but having the time to be patient is the real story.
Right.
You can be patient. But when you have the opportunity, there's a difference between being patient and having the luxury of being able to be really, really patient, and he's got it. You know what I was trying to say.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about how impressive this line has been. They have a freshman starting at center. You never hear that happening.
Nope. Handoff to Heredia, and he plows forward, and a nice 9.5-yard run. Coaching staff for the Titans not pleased. They thought certainly that Statler had made some of the defense jump over the line. Not called. A strong run by Heredia.
We've talked about how the running game hasn't been outstanding. Right now, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're averaging about 5 to 6 yards a carry running the football right now with another run play and another 5-yard gain.
Right between the hash marks. And Tablet will check back in. He comes in. Heredia comes out. And the head guy himself, Bandy, over there to give him 5. Saying nice work right there, Landon. First and 10, 9:20 and counting. The flag is on the play, and I think it's going to be illegal motion, Kenny.
Yeah, it looks like you had 2 guys moving at the same time.
Yep.
Illegal shift.
Yep.
Illegal shift called against the offense.
You know, and that gives us time to talk about the one thing we haven't talked about that we have in a common bond in another coach on the field is Rich Van Horn, son of my former coach, Rick Van Horn. And he looked just like his dad 40 years ago with the visor on. I was in the time machine tonight.
Way better looking. Coach Van Horn, he thought he was going to make it over here tonight, but I know he's watching because he let us know when we were up. The audio sounds good. Thank you, Coach.
Love you, Coach.
Little pitch outside.
Nice move.
Sure was. He might be able to do some damage with it. Oh, nice job. Really good tackle there by Elijah Felder, the junior. Felder.
And you see Felder trying to help him up afterward.
Like, hey, take it easy on me.
Yeah, leave him down there a little bit, Felder. That's the fastest dude on the field, man.
Right.
Don't help him too much. He going to run right past you next time.
They're going to give it to him again. He just lowers the boom. Nice job right there by the Bullpups. So you can see the mentality right now of Tyler Ferguson and his head coach, Chris Bandy.
And that's the maturity in this offense. Because like I said to Tim during the break, last year there was times where I'm thinking they need to run the football and put the game away. And they're still in 4 wide, throwing it down the field. tonight it seems like their intent is to go ahead and put this team to sleep because they know what happens on the other side of that ball if they get it.
You're so right, Kenny. And also let these offensive linemen just get up and go. Let them go, you know?
Feed the beast.
Now they drop back. Statler looking again. Decides, you know what, I'll go ahead and take a big hit and go down about the 33-yard line. Doesn't get out of bounds, stays right there.
And that was a mature play by Statler, staying in bounds. You know, there's part of you that's like, oh, don't get hit. But, you know, you have to understand game situations and keep this clock moving if you want to get out of here with this victory against a high-octane offense.
The wind's coming in from the northwest. It's coming in from, you know, basically like the Highway 46 direction. And the flag is blowing, the tip of it's blowing right towards Bakersfield proper. So there's a little bit of a wind at his back. Now he's behind center. See if they do not jump this time. I formation. The lead block for Tablet. And he picks up some more tough yards about the 28-yard line. And boy, again, it looks like Joey Munoz is down, and he's struggling.
He's leaving it all out there, and that's all you can ask for.
You took the words right out of my brain. He is not going to get cheated out of a play tonight. Tough kid. He's going to come out now.
He didn't want to.
As Daniel Arnold comes in for him. But training staff, coaches over there to greet tough guy, Joey Munoz.
One of the things that goes unnoticed, VP, is that this is a non-league game. Yeah, you want to win every game, but this is a learning experience for teams to play other top-level competition. This game is going to help Hanford be better later.
No question about it. 6:20 and counting. 1st and 10. This time, they handed it off to the speedy Dante Moresi.
I'll say this, though. Watching this offense with the pure intent of running the football is a beautiful sight because it's not pretty. You hear how quiet the crowd is. It's no excitement. But this is how you win football games.
They're already thinking about next week, and then they have a bye week before they get into the rotational game against Ridgeview, and then they'll start league play. And what a league it's going to be this year, the South Yosemite River League. A pitch. Moresi again. Can he get outside?
He did.
Can he get to the corner? He does. Shoved out of bounds by the speedy Corday Glass.
You know, so as we approach the 5-minute mark, it's definitely beautiful to see the offense finding a way to calm the storm. But that defense of the Frontier Titans is what I feel brought the victory tonight. So that's a little segue into where we can go as we start heading towards that player of the game conversation.
Tablet again, taken down about the 12-yard line. You know, when talking to Coach Bandy before the game, so where have you seen the biggest improvements? Where have you seen the longest strides taking place? And he said, well, first of all, we're getting to be way more disciplined now, much more disciplined, much more focused. You know, all the little things that we work on week in, week out, I'm starting to recognize that they see why we as coaches feel that those are important aspects of the football game, the discipline that it takes. But also, he said, certainly we've seen some growth on our defensive area. They've really stepped up and played well. So to your point, kudos to this Titan decent defense. So much talked about with their offense. Talk about defense. How about that play right there by Jordan Black?
Right. Now I know Jordan Black is kicking himself based on the fact that when you're having such success and you end up having the letdowns of disciplinary action affect outcomes, that can build character later too. Hopefully that's something that helps those young guys figure out how to stay on the field and not make the mistakes that kept them out of the first quarter.
Head coach Chris Bandy, here's his staff: Tyler Ferguson, Seto Castaneda, Brent Durkin, Kenny Haslip, Daniel Calvin, Luke Bushnell, Brian Riley, Grant Campbell,
oh my goodness,
Richard Van Horn, Isaiah Atuatasi, Sergio Barajas, and Jared Snyder. Coaching. Between he and Brian Nixon, about 50 coaches.
All Big 12, all Pac-10.
Yep, yep. How about this inside handoff? Nice play, big hit though. Wow,
And first down.
Tapia got the first down, but took a licking. Oof, that was a big hit. And I think it was Elijah Felder laid the wood.
The Titans should call this offensive package NyQuil because they putting these guys to sleep. They got the ball with 6 minutes. No, it was about 5 minutes left in the fourth.
40 seconds in the third, left in the third. 40
Right,
seconds left in the third.
right. So to see that kind of ball game management in the fourth quarter by just running the football, that's extremely effective offensive play.
Great point you and Tim both make. A long, drawn-out NyQuil set. Tablet on the left hip of Statler. It's a first and goal from the 8. A lot of discussion between the receivers. Now Statler looking over at the coaching staff. Bandy telling Ramirez, get up on the line. High snap. Tablet trying to get to the outside. He might do it. The old stiff arm. Oh, nice job there. Really nice job of closing out by Felder and also Seth Collins. Collins made a great play.
VP, you know, one of my favorite things to highlight at the end of games and lopsided games is effort on the losing team.
Who's still playing? Who's still playing?
Who's still fighting? Those are the kind of guys that I'm recruiting and that I want in my locker room. I see about 8 of those guys on that defense over there.
Absolutely. 2nd and 5. Second and goal from the 5, sorry. Statler taking as much time as he can. He's behind quarterback now. And they hand it to Tablet. Tablet might get in this time, and he does. Touchdown, Frontier. And it's Bryson Tablet. And why not let the Cat have it?
We'll learn. It's the first time that I've ever seen Tablet used like this. Usually he was the outside screen guy, making plays on the edge. He's matured into a man getting carries in between the tackles, in between the guard and center gap. You know Coach Dameron would be proud watching a game like this.
Sure makes our discussion of player of the game difficult.
Definitely does.
Because there's players on both sides of the line of scrimmage tonight for the Titans that have really done a great job. And that kick is good by Ryder Crane Finch. Another long blast through the uprights. 35-6 with 2:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. So Frontier is going to move to 4-0, and the Bullpups will move to 3-1.
Huge game for confidence as far as rankings are perceived. Because you want to beat the good teams than the high-octane teams. It makes you look better, and you get more credit later in the year for the teams that you beat like this. I guarantee you the team that Hanford plays next week is getting hammered. I'm going to go ahead and call that.
They're playing Redwood next week.
Ooh, and Redwood's pretty tough, but I'm just saying, the team that I saw here, they were a few plays away from breaking big ones. They ended up getting a 60-yarder. They almost had 6 plays where they could have did the same thing.
Had some turnovers, and I can tell you this, after that long touchdown pass, Coach Bandy said, all right, we're not giving the ball back.
Right.
You know, we're not giving the ball back. We're going to run, and they did. So
Very
now,
mature.
Crane Finch will kick it with a little bit of wind behind. Taking it to 10. A little bit of running room. Cuts back up down the far side. Oh, does a nice job there, and he gets shoved out at about the 36-yard line. It's Patterson. So the Bullpups have another opportunity to see if they can do something against this Titan defense.
Hey fans, we wish the amazing marching Titans the best of luck this season with their fall show, The Last Gladiator. Go Marching Titans!
2:05 remaining in this football game. Gomez hands the ball off in between tackles. Hey, how about this? He breaks free. And a nice, strong run by Corday Glass. Goodness.
And that's definitely a frustrating run for Corday because you missed a lot of that output, and I'm pretty sure that's how they establish what they want to do in the passing game, by being able to hand him the football.
Right, he's the hammer. Another nice play, so they're piecing it together. A little too late to make an impact, but Albert Richardson again. So you got Glass, Richardson, Jordan Black, some talented young men on that field.
At the 34-yard line.
Richardson in motion, they kick it over to him. And a good block right there. How about this guy right here? Ball on the ground, fumble!
That's a nice football.
And Nader Algume falls on it.
Yeah, and when Hanford goes back and watches this film, the early turnover, as well as not being able to finish drives and turnovers on downs.
Nader Algume, Kenny, gets the belt.
Oh, my goodness.
He gets the belt.
Nader got the belt.
There's only been, 2 turnovers all night?
Nice.
You think he's fired up?
You love the excitement. You love the consistency. Frontier's been playing some good football for 3 to 4 years in a row. I think this year may be a year where they're looking to make some people take notice.
Well, the big game, October 20th, is against Liberty, but they've also got Centennial on their sights. Garces, never a pushover. Coach Gola, that's always going to be exciting. Well, we have less than 2 minutes to discuss our Kern High Network player of the game. And I know that so many of the viewers tonight are going to come right out and say, hey, look, and Bryson Tablet carried the rock about 50 times, and he carried the load, took a lot of big pops, so he's definitely in contention. Then you have Easton Connolly, who made easily 10 singular tackles on his own. We have the usual characters in Malachi Statler, Songbe Ginyu with touchdown and a punt return touchdown. So, Kenny, your thoughts?
You just brought the light on in me, because the best player on the field tonight happened to be Sonye Ginyu.
Wow, is that the decision?
That's the decision. That punt return at the beginning of the game set the tone. And not only did he have that highlight play, he continued to play impact defense and was just a catalyst to the momentum.
Kern High Network player of the game tonight, number 23, Songbe Ginyu. For Kenny
Count my number.
I didn't even put that together. Hey, buddy, love you. Good to see you.
Love you too, man.
Great to see you again. Julian, thank you for everything that you have done. Tim, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Safe travels on the way back there. 35-6, a big night for Frontier. They will continue to move their way through the rankings in the Valley. Hope you all enjoyed this. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night and God bless.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.